Let's get right into it. If you've ever looked at your life and just seen a big collection of unfinished projects and abandoned hobbies, well, this is for you. Because that thing you've been told is your weakness, it might just be your single greatest strength in the world we live in today.
You know the moment I'm talking about, right? You're at a party, someone hits you with that simple question, and your brain just stalls. Because you can't give them a neat one-word answer. Your life is this big, messy, incredible list of passions and projects that are always changing.
I bet you can see it in your mind's eye right now. That novel you poured your soul into for, 6 months? Yeah, it's sitting in a folder on your laptop.
Or maybe it's that guitar, propped up in the corner of your room, quietly gathering dust. It's like a monument to that brief, intense musical phase you had.
And oh, that online course. You were like 80% of the way through. You loved it, you were learning so much, and then, poof, you just stopped. And the guilt starts to creep in.
And that's the voice in your head, isn't it? It's that little whisper that says, look at everyone else with their straight, predictable career paths. What is wrong with me? Why can't I just stick with one thing?
Okay, but hold on. What if that's completely the wrong question to be asking? What if the problem isn't your focus at all? The evidence actually points to something else entirely. You're not unfocused. Your brain is just wired differently. It's literally built to explore and to adapt.
So like this, society slaps these really negative labels on us, right? Unfocused, quitter, jack of all trades, master of none. But if you look at it from a psychological perspective, it's a whole different story. Those same traits become explorer, generalist, adaptable. You see, you're not a quitter, you're an explorer.
And this goes way, way back. From an evolutionary point of view, our ancient communities didn't just need specialists, the person who was amazing at making one type of spearhead. No, they desperately needed generalists too. The explorers who could learn new things, connect different ideas, and figure out what to do when things suddenly changed. That hunger for novelty in your brain, it's not a bug, it's a feature. It was designed to collect as many diverse experiences as possible.
And this brings us to a really critical point about the world today. All that old advice, all those old rules for success, honestly, they're broken. In fact, trying to follow them now can be a massive risk. I mean, think about it. The old path was simple. Pick a career, climb that ladder for 40 years, get the gold watch. That worked when industries were stable. But now, entire jobs disappear in the blink of an eye. New industries pop up out of nowhere. Technology reshapes everything overnight. That stable ladder, it's turned into a tightrope walk in a hurricane.
You know, psychologists actually have a name for this. They call it a rapidly changing environment. And in a world like this, being hyper-specialized in just one narrow field is a huge gamble. Because if that one thing becomes obsolete, you're stuck. But having a wide range of skills, that's not a backup plan anymore. It's your core strength. So this is where it all comes together. This is where all those random interests you've picked up along the way finally become your superpower. Because real innovation, the big game-changing ideas, almost never happens in a silo. It happens at the intersection where different fields crash into each other. Let's make this super concrete. Okay, picture someone who studied psychology, then got obsessed with a graphic design course, and maybe later had a job in sales. To the outside world, that career path looks totally random, right? But when you start mixing those skills together, understanding how people tick, having an eye for visuals, and knowing how to persuade, it transforms into something else, something incredibly valuable.
Boom! That's how you get masterful marketing. That person can connect with an audience on a deep emotional level that a specialist from just one of those fields could never, ever touch.
Or how about this one? Somebody loves fitness, has a real knack for storytelling, and taught themselves video editing on the side. What do you get? You get powerful online health content that doesn't just give you a list of exercises. It inspires you. It makes you want to change. See? Your path isn't messy. It's strategic.
All right, so how do you actually manage all of this without totally burning out? The secret is to stop trying to do everything all at once. It's about seeing your life in focused seasons. You're not quitting, you are evolving. And it all makes sense when you understand what's really driving you. You get bored after you master the basics of something, not because you lack discipline, but because your brain is hardwired for learning and growth. Once you get the hang of something, that little explorer inside you goes, okay, cool, got it. What's next? You're driven by expansion, not by endless repetition. The trick is to lean into this. Think of your life like chapters in a book. Maybe you have a creative season where you just explore art and music.
Then that might lead to a stability season, where you focus on building a career. And later, you enter a synthesis season, where you pull all those past experiences together to create something totally new.
This right here, this is the most important idea to grasp. Every single one of those unfinished interests, all those hobbies you dropped, they were not failures. They were training phases. Each one gave you a new tool, a new lens to see the world through, and you still have all of them in your toolkit today.
So let's bring it all home. If you have spent years feeling like you're playing catch-up, like you're always falling behind some imaginary finish line, I need you to hear me on this. You were never behind. Your greatest strength was just being built piece by piece. And that strength is adaptability. Which brings us to this number one. In a world that's obsessed with forcing us to pick a single label, the most powerful thing you can do is accept that you were never meant to be just one thing. Your value isn't how deep you go in one area, it's the incredible breadth of everything you are.
So please, stop thinking about your life as a ladder you have to climb. That's such a boring one-dimensional model. Instead, picture it as a web. Every skill you learn, every passion you follow, it's another thread. And over time, all those threads connect, creating this incredible structure that is stronger, more resilient, and 100% unique to you.
So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. What's that one interest you still feel a little bit guilty about leaving behind? And now, how could that training phase connect with your other passions to create something that only you could possibly build? I'd love to see what you come up with, so drop your unique combinations in the comments.